I kept myself from watching Alien Stage because I knew that this was going to happen. And yes, I'm no stranger to Doom Yuri and Yaoi. I was raised during a time where a lot of queer characters were murdered left and right because copyright issues, because lawsuits, and because, well, let's face it, today's society really hates gays, so they want to see them dead. And even though I wasn't sure if this show in particular was going to take this approach to the subject of killing characters, I knew that I didn't want to get myself involved with anything that could provoke more unwanted PTSD. However, I was gladly surprised. So in this video, I'm going to explain about why and how the Alien Stage differs from other media or shows that want to do the same thing but fail tremendously. My name is Qmeng, and if you like talking or hearing about gay topics, then feel free to stay in my channel, because that's literally everything I do. Alien Stage, for those who don't know, is a web series that revolves around a world where aliens took over and humanity stopped being on the top chain. Instead, humans were treated actually a lot better than we treat some animals today. Kudos for the aliens, they have some basic decency, but however, that doesn't stop them from doing some very nasty stuff. And by this nasty stuff, I mean that they literally put humans together in concert duets to sing for their lives. Literally. Since the start, or at least since the first song, we are introduced to one of the two main characters of the story, Missy and Sua, who are a cute pair of lesbians that had the unfortunate fate of duetting together. One thing led to another, and Sua died tragically during the first episode, aka the first song. When I watched this, I felt terribly sad, yes, but also kinda disappointed because I thought that this couple was going to be buried. I hadn't watched the series and only knew some things from here and there. However, after watching some episodes, I was greeted with a delightful surprise. Sua and Missy's relationship wasn't buried at all. On the contrary, it was shown during the later episodes. Characters like Luca served to pinpoint the grief Missy was passing, even if in some mocking way. At gunpoint, let's be honest, these guys are literally just trying to survive. However, this makes a huge difference between doing this and just killing a fruity character to avoid lawsuits. One of the animes, or at least shows that I can think of that actually does this and it works, is Banana Fish. And even though this is a very tragic ending, it's not to get rid of the LGBTQ plus characters. On the contrary, it's just to add flavor to the story. Even though that makes us fans suffering, but whatever, I mean, like, at least we have some representation, right? It shows that tragedy is engraved in Alien Stage, not for views, not for necessity, but as the essence of the series. However, I thought the killing the gay characters was going to end with Sua. However, we are later introduced to another two characters, Ivan and Teal. Ivan is the epitome of unrequited love, and to be fair, fairly so, since, well, he's kind of a little bit special, a little bit obsessive, but he cares in a way. And let's not forget, these humans are treated like toys and are devoid of any circumstances that can prove their humanity or even improve it. Let me resume the situation. Practically, in Alien Stage, Ivan likes Teal, but Teal likes Missy, and Missy likes Sua, and, well, Sua is dead. Yeah, at least to this point of the story. Later, more characters are dead. Sua is not coming back, but at least we have the memories, I guess. And some pretty delusion that Missy has going on. I'm not sure if this is like a schizophrenic flashbacks or if it's reality, but whatever. At least that's what you can analyze through the songs, because let's remember that this is not a normal web series. Instead, we are treated to the cast and to the story by showing songs and some comics that the author dropped. Pretty grateful for those, because if not, I will be losing my mind, because it was very difficult for me to like try to catch everything. Like, I'm the type of person that really enjoys watching something and like analyzing everything, but at the end I want some confirmation that what I'm seeing is right. You get me? Sorry if I'm not making sense, but yes, that's my ideology at least. Even though he's a favorite from the aliens or whatever, he personally is in love with Teal, and that makes him decide to sacrifice himself in the name of keeping Teal alive. And he does so by showing one of the most intense kisses I had seen on a screen, aka the reason why I started watching Alien Stage in the first place. It's truly amazing, so well done, and honestly I think that you can feel the characters through the screen. So let me check. That makes... yeah, you guessed right. 2 tragic gay relationships, and by this you must think. It's obvious the author likes Doom Yuri and Doom Yaoi, and I mean, yes, but I believe the creators are not exclusive to gay couple. They do this with all the characters because it's a freaking apocalypse. Even the straight kinda vicarious couple, and by this I mean Luca and Hyuna, are treated with the same treatment because the authors are very conscious that this is a apocalypse, this is a dystopian world, so you cannot simply put everyone in a happy ending. But let's face it, a lot of fans are just like trying to pretend that the canon event of whatever is happening is not real and it's like an AU of actors. Yeah, I'm with that side of the fandom. I prefer to ignore what I do not recognize as real is not real. Okay, no. Even though yes, Alien Stage is a tragedy, that doesn't mean they are trying to erase the queerness of the couple. And I believe this is the reason why I really enjoy this show, because on the contrary, they are bragging how much these relationships weighted in general, how they are in reality the core of the show. Missy doesn't recover from Sue by dating Teal or another man. Teal doesn't ignore the way Ivan dies. On the contrary, they analyze their feelings and realize that they are never getting over this, because those relationships, that queerness, mark their whole lives, and it's something that they cannot escape from. One other things that I can pinpoint is how the author literally does everything in her ways. I believe the authors are a cute pair of sapphic woman. I don't know their orientations. I haven't investigated this much, but what I do know is that they are constantly creating comics for their readers or the watchers to enjoy. And one of the things that I really like about these comics is that they can show us a lot more the relationships between everyone. And honestly, it's very refreshing to see a take where it's not just about Ivan and Teal being like in this unrequited loophole. Instead, they are treated as characters that are advancing their relationship even when Ivan dies, and how Misty understands that during the time where Sua died, she didn't give her all because that's not the way she loves. She even says that not because she loves different than Sua, that means her love is less important. And those moments are what really make me enjoy this series, even though yes, a lot of characters die, and yes, this is very traumatizing. However, I believe that the creators know exactly what they are doing, and that compared with the visuals and the storytelling and everything, I just feel it's amazing. So yes, in my final thoughts, basically I believe Alien Stage is such a good web series. I totally recommend it. The songs are fire and the designs are amazing. If you want to watch anything that is between dystopian and that has pretty good songs, please watch this. It's very good.